Is it running?
Yep.
Okay, well hi everybody. Welcome to the kickoff of MFA Connects and the launch of the new Virtual Artist in Residence program. We are very excited about being here and about launching this program. Just a few housekeeping notes for those of you in the virtual world. We'll have a brief introduction of MFA and of the program. We'll have a discussion with Nichole, an interview, and then we're going to open it up for questions for both in the gallery and online. So if you have questions, just put them in the chat and Laura will ask those questions for you. So, that said, I'm Patrice Drago, I'm the Executive Director of MFA, and for those of you who are not familiar with us, our mission is to create connections in the community, both local and global, online, through art. We do this by hosting over 40 exhibitions every year, and more than half of those are juried by acclaimed professional, artist professionals, so we really do provide wonderful opportunities for artists everywhere, and that is our goal, is to create those connections. We allow living artists to build their resume through these connections and being accepted into exhibitions. And we also host annual plein air event where we put 100 artists in the street in June called Pain-Annapolis. And we're always looking for new ways to grow and offer more opportunities. MFA Connects is a new umbrella, and it's designed to to launch new and exciting programs that we have, introducing ways to make new connections and take it to the next level. We want people to be able to get involved. This whole new level of programming is going to allow you to get involved more, artists and non-artists alike. And this is for art collectors, for everybody to make new personal connections. With me tonight is Dr. Wil Scott, host and moderator of the very popular Wil Talk series from MFA. He is a fine art photographer. He's an art historian. He's also a friend. And in his pre-retirement life, he was the director of adult programming at National Adult Education.
Head of the department.
The head of the department.
Not the division.
But the division, okay. At the National Gallery of Art. But that was his pre-retirement, but he's been busier than ever because he's on our board of directors. He's been on many boards, art boards and local boards, and you're still doing that. And so
Yes,
I say busier than ever, very well-rounded.
Thank you.
So this popular Wil Talk series was designed to create a connection and give everybody a glimpse into the artist and their process. What we realized from that is that we do really well. We make connections through this opportunity of the Wil Talks. And so, therefore, it was a natural segue to MFA Connects. So tonight, we're excited to launch the new MFA Virtual Artists in Residence program and introduce our inaugural Virtual Artist in Residence, accomplished assemblage artist, Nichole Leavy. As it happens, Nichole actually was the first Wil Talk artist to be featured back in May of 2020. So lots happened in 5 years.
Yeah, amazing.
Full circle. So Nichole is a classically trained sculptor and painter with a BFA from Maryland, a Bachelor of Fine Arts from Maryland Institute College of Art, and she also studied art therapy at George Washington University. Well, she does a variety of things. She mainly concentrates on found object assemblage art, taking items that are often dismissed by others and pulling them together, elevating them to create something entirely new. Some things are recognizable, and some things are completely unique and new in the world. So I think it's incredible the work that she does to actually stand, and we're standing in front of one of her pieces right now in this exhibit, which is transformed. And I know everybody's really interested in hearing from you, so I don't want to say too much more, but I do want to give context to the program. Art residency, this is a virtual artist in residence, and I know everybody's saying, well, what is that? It is unique. Art residencies take all sorts of forms. They have different outcomes, different goals, and often they culminate in some sort of activity. This residency, well, if you in a physical residency, sometimes you get space to work on, but you get dedicated time to work on a project. You get a goal. You are introduced to art professionals, and you create relationships and garner new resources with artists that you work with in the residency. So while we would love to offer physical space, and we are continuing to look for that, and that is our goal, we don't have the opportunity to do that right now, but we did see a unique opportunity to do this from a virtual way to allow artists to work from their own studios and still get the benefits of a residency. So this residency is designed to, it's actually threefold. we want to give an artist who does art for a living, this is what they do, we want to make sure we give them a platform, that this is something that it gives them an opportunity to reach more people. At the same time, they bring other artists along with them because they have an opportunity to share and talk about their process. So that's a wonderful goal. We're really excited about being able to do that. And then artists and non-artists and everybody that's interested gets to follow along through the entire process. It's a 6-month residency, and there's touch points every single week. There's Instagram, Facebook. There are going to be chats, panel discussions with other assemblage artists, and even a workshop somewhere like month 4 or 5. So stay tuned and follow along. It's going to be exciting. Lastly, the other reason for the residency is it helps us. We become ambassadors for each other. So the Virtual Artist in Residence is an ambassador for MFA. By helping us get more exposure to more artists, bring more artists into the fold, which helps us to continue to grow, and we can continue to offer these opportunities to even more people and bring them into the excellence that we do. So we're really excited about that. And to have this outcome, our Virtual Artists in Residence are designed to do, there's 2 things, there's 2 requirements. One is that they select one from one of our many juried exhibitions, what exhibition they're going to focus on. So that helps to focus, it helps give focus to the exhibition and what is it that we are looking for, but also gives them an opportunity to have a project and have a goal. And the residency is for 6 months. So throughout the residency, Nichole is going to be working on her project that focused on At Play, which is very exciting. It's an online exhibition, and it's so perfect for Nichole. And what she will be doing is she'll be bringing everybody along on this process and helping people understand what it takes not only to do the project and to be in a residency, but what it takes to be an artist, because she's got other things going on. So at the end of it, we'll get to see the work that she's going to submit, and we're very excited. Now, I've talked enough. I think it's time that we heard from Nichole. So I would love to turn it over to Wil to start asking some very good questions. So you're very good at that.
Well, thank you, Patrice, for that nice introduction. And also, more importantly, thank you for bringing this concept to the board. As a board member, it was part of my responsibility to decide that this is something that would be worthwhile and contribute value to the artists that are members of the MFA and to our public. And thank you to Nichole for accepting this. I chose Nichole to be the first subject of a Wil talk because I knew her and I knew her work. And in fact, my wife and I have one of her pieces in our collection, in our magnificently large entrance hallway. It's displayed. But more importantly, I knew the quality of her work. And so I want to start by asking Nichole how you think your work has changed over the 5 years since we did our Wil talk.
Oh, wow. It's changed a lot, and it's amazing that that was only 5 years ago. I'm doing more involved things. I'm working bigger. I had a residency last year at Maryland Hall, and in that one I focused on making things like really Baroque and religious almost, you know, and tried to elevate it to a different level, whereas before I was sort of, I don't know, I guess I was sort of feeling it out still, and now I'm ready to move on to this next chapter, and I think I'm gonna go pop surrealism. I'm very excited about
Well, that sounds like a great idea.
Lowbrow, yeah. I've been looking at a lot of like really cool art, and I'm like very inspired, so I'm gonna.
Well, my next question is sort of a takeoff on what you were just saying, and that's a nice segue. We didn't plan this, by the way. And what I want to do is ask you, Patrice very nicely sketched out what we intend as the board for the MFA. What do you think you're able to accomplish with this residency that you might not have been able to do without it?
Well, I think it's really going to push me to be held accountable to be more on social media and to do it well, and I'm already learning a lot about it, how to do different things, and I'm getting a lot of help from MFA people, and I think that's really, that was the biggest draw for me, was like, it'll really help me to get better with it. See, like right now, I'm not a good talker, so I don't. So I'm not, that's why I'm a visual artist. I don't talk, but yeah, I'm just really hoping that it'll force me to do more and to push myself.
Okay, we hope so too, and that would realize the intentions that we have for the program. But you've been very active on the exhibition committee, you helped with installations,
Yeah.
and so you are already an important part of our community. But I wanted to be a little more pointed and say, what do you envision sort of as a concrete output at the end of your 6-month residency? A new work, a whole new direction, a small body of related work. So what can you say about that?
Well, I just got an influx of antique toys I have friends who their parents or their dad used to have a toy store in Baltimore, and it closed in '95. They were like from the 40s to 90s, and they still had stock left over. And they couldn't get rid of it, like even on eBay and stuff. So they're like, "Do you want it?" And I said, "Yes." So I'm going to be using that as like the main source of stuff, and that's why too I think it'll work really great with sort of pop surrealism and lowbrow art, because it's a lot of stuff from like the 50s and stuff like that. And so I also really want to get more into painting. I've been doing it like with my assemblages, painting backgrounds or painting the, parts of it, but I want to do more so that the painting is more a part of it. So
yeah. Well, that sounds like a pretty ambitious goal, so we're hoping we help you realize that. And I'm going to bounce it back to Patrice in just a second, but first I want to say to everybody that's here or that's listening or will see it in the future, one thing that you can do is contribute objects like Nichole.
Yes.
You can go through us and we'll make sure that she gets them, and that'll probably make it easier. But I often give her things that my wife says, "Get it out of the house." Not that I want to, but I know it's going to be put to good use. So think about that. Patrice?
Sure. So that was providential that you got those because you'd already chosen at play.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Which is perfect.
Yeah.
That's how the universe works.
That's
That
exactly
says you're
right.
on the right path.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah.
So tell us about your studio.
Oh, so I just got a new studio. I'm moving in with two amazing artists. It's Joan Brady and Marissa Evangelista. They're incredible, and I'm so excited because one, it's hard to find studio space. If anybody, an artist in the area knows that it's like almost impossible. And when you do find it, it's crazy expensive. But we lucked out, we found a spot, and we're gonna, elevate each other by working together. And I'm really, really excited about it.
Yeah.
And where is it?
Oh, it's 1035 Benfield Boulevard in Millersville. Yes.
Great. So, and you're in the process of moving in now.
We're in the process of moving in. We literally had to, paint over the branding from the previous place and all that kind of stuff. And we're going to move in all our furniture and all that kind of stuff.
So you and I have talked about this quite a bit, and you also have your studio at home. So are you going to be doing work from both?
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to work from both. I still am kind of low-key obsessed with books and making book art, so I'm going to do that mainly at home because that's where my saws and things are, and then for the other kind of assemblage, I'll be working at the studio.
So Wil touched on this, and I want to ask you a little bit further. So you have 6 months this residency to take something to fruition for At Play. And I think, those of us that are artists, we know that there's a lot that goes into it. But people that aren't artists don't necessarily recognize all the things that go into creating work of art over a period of 6 months. What will you be doing? What do you see the process of being? So obviously you're going to be working on other things, right?
Yeah, I tend to work on a lot of things at one time. And one thing that helps me a lot of times is to start a thing and then set it aside where I can see it and work on something else, and then just have it sort of whisper to me and tell me what it wants, and I can work on it a little bit more and go back and forth. That's really helpful to me because I can sort of, when you're working on something a lot all together, you tend to get a little myopic and sort of lose your way a little bit, if that makes sense.
It does.
So I find it's good to like keep it open in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know that you have a lot, because you also have other things going on. You have other commitments
Yeah.
for other artwork and those kinds of things.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be interested in this question. I know if somebody asked me this question, I know what my answer is, and I think we talked about this too. Do you have, now that you've got all those toys, do you have any idea what the outcome will be, or is it just way too early?
It's way too early. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't even like unpacked that stuff, and I'm really looking forward to doing that.
Early
Like,
Christmas?
yeah,
Yeah.
it will be. Yeah, and to like organize it and look
Yeah.
at it and hold it and put things together, and yeah, that's going to be really fun. But that's when things will start to sort of form. Yeah.
So what we're going to be doing with Nichole over this 6 months is there's going to be weekly touch points. So there's going to be social media. Every month there's going to be something that is a live interaction with Nichole in one way or another. It's a live chat, as I mentioned before, or sitting down with other assemblage artists or her studio mates and having just a conversation with everybody online to be able to actually talk and have a dialogue, which I think is great because you'll learn from the artists that you're talking with and from the people asking questions, and they'll learn from you. So it's very exciting. I would like to open it up to questions. Does anybody here have a question? What we'll do is we'll go back and forth. If we have questions here, I'd love to hear from them. And if we have someone in the virtual world that would like to ask a question.
Question over here?
Oh, hi Frida.
Yeah, you seem very inspired, and I was wondering what got you involved in the original idea of putting things together, like your piece up there, or the idea of play, or, you know, what...
In assemblage altogether.
Mm-hmm.
I think I actually became interested in it back in college, and that was many, many years ago. But but you know, it was at that time. You know, it was a lot of experimentation going on in the classes. Like, you know, why don't you try this? And why don't you mix this kind of thing with that kind of thing? And it was really trying to keep your mind open to trying new things. And so I started doing assemblages then. And then I let it go for a while and did more representational things. I did portraits and murals and stuff like that. But
was there any one artist during that time that inspired you? Because I know there was some assemblage going on for a few number of years.
yeah,
It's a hard question.
no, it's there's a
I see
name.
so many people. in
There's
there.
a name.
Kurt Fidders.
No.
I know I didn't see some too, but I couldn't.
I could, sorry. Yeah, no, I can't.
Rauschenberg.
Yeah,
But it more came
but-
to you from yourself rather than from the outside?
yeah, I think so. I think when I was working on it in school, I was working on really personal things, and my whole reason for doing assemblage is I wanted people to interact with it. Like, I wanted people to have to like open it to see inside and stuff like that. So I do really, I like that idea of having the viewer interact with the art and me making that part of the meaning of the art, you know.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Well, speaking of that, this piece right here, was this part of the residency from last year?
This was part of my residency, and so I think you can kind of see, like, if I'm thinking of sort of Renaissance kinds of things, like, you know, wings come to mind, and so, you know, yeah.
It's a fantastic piece.
Thank
We've-
you.
We've had a lot of people come in and already
It
comment
was
on it.
it was something to engineer, to figure out how to put it together. and
You
all
did
that,
it well.
But thank you.
Obviously, you're accomplished. So we have a question out in YouTube land.
Kelly Slosky asked, how do you come up with a title for your pieces?
Oh,
great
titles are
question.
tough. Titles are always tough, and I end up brainstorming, and I use the thesaurus a lot to try to like help me like go off on different tangents and get closer to what I mean, because like I said, I'm bad with words, so it takes a lot to sort of get to that kernel of what I want someone else to think of when they look at it. But also, you don't want to steer it too much. So that's another thing. So you want to keep it evocative, but not too direct. Yeah, and it's tough. It's hard.
I discovered a while ago, I used to be annoyed when I would see something untitled, but now I know why they do it.
Yeah.
Because you want people to.
You don't want to steer it too much. Yeah.
Any other questions? Yes. Marissa.
So I know for your residency you got to work with a piano, which was really amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Are there any other objects out there that you've always wanted to work with but haven't gotten to yet?
Ooh, that's a really great question. I would love to do an art car. I would love to do that. That would be so fun.
That would be fun.
And also, like the American Visionary Art Museum does this kinetic sculpture race. I'd love to participate in that sometime. That sounds super
that would be
fun.
fun. Yeah. So do an art car. It won't fit in your studio. You'll have to do it in the driveway.
Yeah, you're right.
But they sell for a lot.
Do they?
Oh yeah, no, it's a whole thing.
Sweet.
Yeah, they're collectors.
It's
that
super.
do
It would be
art
super
cars.
fun to do.
So you just learned that tonight.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Do we have any more questions online?
I have a question.
Yes.
So I'm so excited about this program, and I know it's something that MFA has been looking to do for such a long time. So thank you so much, Nichole.
Thank you.
In terms of opening it up and giving an opportunity for people to interact and learn and sort of understand what it means to be a working artist and what does the day-to-day look like? What is your journey towards a specific piece look like? As you open it up to this interaction, is the platform Zoom, and will you be seeing people's faces and responding to them, and will they all see each other, or is it just going to be you on the screen, people seeing you, but then like typing in questions? I was just wondering
I
about
can
that
answer that.
platform.
So I can answer that, and we're going to do a Zoom. We want to make sure that people can be, when they're talking. Right now we're doing YouTube Live, and we don't necessarily have the option for that. But when we do want to have, when people are having a chat, panel discussion, and definitely the workshop, it will be an interactive platform, probably Zoom, because we do want to see that. You're absolutely right. We need to see the interaction and not have it just be Nichole as a download. So
Right,
we'll
right.
make sure that it's really
That's
interactive.
terrific. I'm really excited about it.
Me too.
Well, and as Wil had said, you have done so much with MFA, so you're a very valued member. She's on the installation team, on the exhibition committee, and I think that one of the things that I love about being able to do this is having our valued members be able to participate and bring other members in, and more people get to know what's going on here. And you're such a great ambassador, so we're
thank
really
you.
looking forward to this.
Thanks.
So next week we're going to be live at Nichole's studio. So this is going to be next Wednesday in the afternoon. We will make sure that we publish the exact time. And so after that, but meanwhile, it's going to be the hashtag to follow whatever Nichole is doing on Instagram and Facebook is hashtag MFA Connects. So that's easy to remember. So if you want to just plug in that hashtag, you'll be able to follow every single week. So it'll be different things. She's going to be giving us, she'll be giving us progress reports, like progress shots and videos of what she's done, and maybe it might even be, oh my God, this was horrible, I'm going to start over. And
That
those are
never
things-
happens.
Oh, never.
Right.
No artist is ever.
Right,
No.
exactly.
So any more questions or anybody before we close off? Okay, so for those of us in the gallery, Nichole's going to do a demo for us this evening. Thank you, everybody out in the YouTube world. We really appreciate your presence. We hope to see you follow along in this 6-month residency. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.